10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Ignition. And liftoff.
Vehicles pitching downrange.
Stage 1 propulsion is nominal.
Falcon 9 has successfully lifted off from Space Launch Complex 40 at Cape Canaveral Space Force Station, carrying the KPLO payload to a ballistic lunar transfer orbit. So we are beginning to throttle down the engines on the first stage to prepare for a period known as max Q. During this period, the vehicle is going to experience the highest amount of aerodynamic stresses
Vehicle
on the
supersonic.
vehicle.
Max Q.
And there was max Q. So the engines are coming back up to full power. We have 3 events coming up in quick succession in about a minute. First up is MECO, that stands for Main Engine Cutoff, followed by Stage Separation, and then SES1, which stands for Second Engine Start 1. Main engine cutoff is where the first and second stages, main engine cutoff is where the 9 engines on the first stage will shut off in preparation for stage separation. That is where the first and second stages will separate from one another. The first stage will make its way back to our drone ship to attempt its 6th landing, and the second stage will continue with SES1, which is where the Merlin vacuum engine on the second stage will start up and continue to propel our KPLO satellite to its desired orbit. Use of Falcon 9 during its ascent phase.
Main engine cutoff.
Stage separation confirmed.
MVAC ignition.
We saw the confirmation of stage separation and the ignition of the Merlin vacuum engine on the second stage. Coming up in a few seconds, we're going to be looking for fairing deploy. Those fairing halves will separate from the top of the second stage and make their way back to Earth.
Fairing separation confirmed.
And off they come. So those 2 fairing halves are now falling back to Earth. Those are the 4th flight for both of these fairing halves, and we are going to be attempting to retrieve them with the help of our recovery vessel, Bob. So we're coming up on T plus
signal, Bermuda.
4 minutes into the mission. We have a couple of views on screen. On the left-hand side is a view of that first stage, continuing to make its way back to Earth. And on the right-hand side is a view of the Merlin vacuum engine.
Stage 1 FTS has safed.
Stage 1 entry burn startup.
And those engines have indeed relit. The first stage is currently slowing down before hitting the denser parts of the Earth's atmosphere. This burn is expected to last for about 30 seconds. The
Stage 1 transonic.
phase and is exactly where we want it to be.
MVAC shutdown.
So we did see that the MVAC
Stage 1 transonic.
shut down. Is coasting for a bit longer, and we got views back of our first stage as it attempts its sixth landing on our
Stage
drone
1
ship.
landing burn.
And you can start to see the drone ship.
Stage 1 landing leg deploy.
Sometimes the video cuts out. We'll wait for confirmation of whether or not the first. It doesn't look like we are going to be getting video views of the second stage, so we'll be waiting for the call out of SES2.
Nominal orbit insertion.
So we were waiting for SCS2 and SECO2, but we got an even better call out, which is nominal orbital insertion. So the second stage engine started up, burned for about a minute, and then shut back down. Again, we are in another coast phase, and while we wait for the payload to get closer to its final destination, we're going to pause commentary during the second coast phase, but we will come back just before payload deploy, currently scheduled to occur around the T plus 40-minute mark. So until then, enjoy the space tunes once again. again, and we'll see you back here in about 4 minutes.
KPLO, deploy confirmed.
And there you have it. Confirmation of successful separation of KPLO from Falcon 9's second stage. KPLO still has a bit of work to do over the next 4.5 months before getting into a lunar orbit, but we do wish it safe travels. For us here at SpaceX, that is going to wrap up our webcast coverage. We want to thank the Korea Aerospace Research Institute for entrusting us with today's mission. And of course, all of our viewers, thank you for joining us, and we will see you next time.